All right, welcome back. A quick video here. I'm going to configure Unsloth desktop app that has been recently released. There's been a lot of buzz about it. I'm familiar with using like LLM Studio and Open Web UI, things like that. I really wanted to give Unsloth a try. Lately, a lot of my models I've been downloading have been coming from the CachyOS files that they're providing. So I wanted to see how it kind of works with that, how it works with my current config, and whether it's, a good or bad desktop app and whether it fits my use case specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to kind of go through the install together and then hopefully get Qwen 3.8-27B running on it locally. That way, if you have, a machine of your own that you want to kind of run through this with me, then you're more welcome to join. So let's go ahead and share screen now. Okay, so just to give you some context, Unsloth released a free open source app allowing you to run them and also even train the models, which is what I'm kind of really excited for because a lot of the other kind of model desktop app renderers don't have that feature. So I'm really excited for that. I'll link this page, which is kind of their landing page, as well as some of the features that they're kind of announcing, as well as their GitHub page in the description for you to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through it together. I had my local AI kind of give me a step-by-step instructions on how to do this. And we're just gonna kind of run through them and see how it goes. So first, check some disk space. We have about 1.2 terabytes, so obviously plenty of room. Let's go ahead and check the memory here. Yep, that's good. We have plenty of that to fit the 55 gig model. We're gonna download a few different sizes in Unsloth in order to kind of compare the different quantizations for Qwen 3.8-27B. Let's go ahead and run the command to get desktop app installed. Linux, Python, virtual environment. It's automatically detected my AMD ROCm, which is great. I love that support is all built in natively. And let me just expand this here so you can better see what's going on. It's installing PyTorch right now, and I'll probably end up pausing the video here and or fast forwarding through all this part whenever it takes a while to download large packages or models and things like that. Let's kind of go through the install doc here. And again, they have their own on their GitHub page. So if you're running this on Mac OS or Windows, it does provide you some instructions on how to do that. One thing I'm excited for is the RAG component of it, as well as kind of native deep research and all that built in. So lots of promising features, and I'm excited to see how that works out. Just kind of browsing through the instructions to see if there's anything specific I have to do for Linux. I do like that it supports AMD out of the box. That's pretty nice. I have Ollama installed and have quite a few models downloaded from there. So I'm curious if after the install, if it will pick them up or if it will prompt me to re-download those models. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this run, pause the video and come back when that's complete. All right, it's been a few minutes here, maybe like 5-10 minutes, and I came back and checked. Looks like there's a little bit of progress. It ended up installing PyTorch as few as Unsloth itself. Pip install. It's doing some checks now. Strict art specific override. Nice. So it like knows what my specific architecture is, and it's installing the right configuration off the bat, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and let it continue, and I'll be back to check the progress. All right, we're back. Looks like it completed. Unsloth is running. Yeah, I went through, finished the install. Port 8.8.8. Let's take a look here. Server started. Yeah, it looks like it's up and running. So let's take a look at this in the browser. And I killed it. Nice. Let's restart this. Okay, restarting it now. I'm starting it with this command here to expose it to the network. That way I can hit it with other machines. And all right, it's running. Other device on the network. Sweet. Let's take a look. So let's go to localhost 8.8.8.8. And all right, let's set up a new password here. I'm gonna add it to my Bitwarden account, so I'm gonna pause the video here. All right, this is like a local account, so save the password, hit change, and looks like it's up and running. Give me a bunch of terminal stuff. Let's check if by default it imported any models. So model hub on device. Only one is Whisper Small. I have a lot more on here, so maybe I gotta point to the right folder. But before we go ahead and start that, let me start by downloading some models while that runs. So this is the one I'm interested in, the Qwen 3.8-27B GGUF. It is up and running. Now, how do we grab it? Is there like a download button? Let's see, just click here. Looks like we can choose which one. Let's just grab the big one, the 56 gigabyte one. I have a unified memory of 128 gigabytes, so this should be enough to run. And I'm probably going to have to pause here. And while I pause in this downloads, I'll go ahead and figure out how to get my models on device here while it's downloading. And what happened here? Yep, still downloading. All right, I'm going to pause the video and come back. All right, just a quick update. If you click on this dropdown, you can actually download multiple models at once. So I went ahead and selected the ones I'll be doing kind of a direct comparison testing with on Qwen 3.8-27B. So I got the 16, the 8, the 4, and the 2. And I'm going to run some benchmarks on this in another video. I just want to show you that you can multi-select different models here and you get a progress bar down here. So that's pretty awesome. I really like this interface a lot better. And I did figure out that you can technically change the directory for your models here. So I can point this to my Ollama directory, which I already have configured. However, I don't want to mess that directory up. I like having these kind of separated, and I don't want to have to reconfigure my Ollama localhost config. So leaving that there, initial impressions, love the live monitor, plenty of customization, not just look and feel, but it seems like this desktop app is pretty complete, including customization of the sidebar, what the system can do, the chat interface. You can even do some remote API configurations, lots of configurations. So as these models download, I'm going to continue going through this and figuring things out. But yeah, I'll be back when the model is downloaded and we can actually use one of these on a local rig. So I'll be back. All right, we're back. It's been about an hour or so, and one of the models has completed downloading. 8-bit, 4 and 2 are still in process. Let's just take a look and see if they're now on device. Yeah, looks like it is on device now. You can see the progress for the rest of them here as well. We click this download. So it looks like the BF16 is there. So let's figure out how to start a new chat. So select the model up here. Let's look on device. Let's grab this one, loading variants. Let's grab the downloaded one. And it says starting model, loading cached model into memory. This is very much like a ChatGPT UI, which is, tried and true. So nothing wrong with that. Let's just click around here. There is approve with me, ask approval, run automatically, full access. So it looks like there's some configurations here, which is nice. We have search. We also have code. And it looks like we can add some images as well. MCP, oh, there's deep research here. That's nice. And we can do projects as well. So this is very much a first look, and we would just see it run, and then I'll play with this for a few months and then come back with the full review. Note this is in beta, so I do suspect some changes as time progresses. There's already a ton of features, tons of customization available, so nothing left but to play with it for a little bit. Looks like it's almost done loading. Looks like it's going pretty quick, 99%. And let's see what options we have once it's loaded. So I've been letting this go for a few minutes. It's been stuck at 99% for a while. Let's check our resources here. So this is not as accurate as it could be, but it looks like it is consuming some memory here. So we're going to let it run and see how long it takes. All right, so that wasn't too bad. I thought it hung up a little bit, but no, it actually completed. So we see the memory use is about 83.2 gigabytes. Let's ask it a question here. Ask it if it's there. I think if we click here, yeah, we get some settings here. Unsloth, other models on device. Can we see here? Loading variants. Can we make configuration? Okay, looks like the context window is about the 262,000, which is fine. There is advanced settings, and there's actually a toggle to remember the model, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, looks like it's there. Let's tell it to write me a story. Oh, misspelled that. Let's see if it finds that correction. I wonder if it gives you any detail as far as the speed or the prompt or anything. Looks like the context is up here. Token completion totals. That's nice. Turn on temporary chat. And then there's this open run in settings. So it's running pretty well. I wouldn't say this is blazing fast, but it is running at a reasonable speed. Obviously, there's some additional features we can turn on to make this a little better that I'll play with inside of the Unsloth desktop app. But right now, we'll just let it kind of finish here and see if we can find out any adjustments we can make. Looks like the none, low, medium, high, extra high, everything it is enabled by default, all the settings that are available for Qwen 3.8-27B. And that's nice that it comes out of the box already with those toggles available. Do want to try a web search here to see if that works, as well as see if we can do some deep research. So I'm going to pause here and come back and see if we can find some statistics. It's still running, but I did want to see while it was live to see if the system, yeah, it is showing actual live analytics, which is pretty good. As you see, this is kind of the unified graphics, and it does show up correctly with the stuff I've allocated as well as the current usage, which is nice. Do we have, so yeah, we get some analytics here. So about 5.9 tokens per second. This is the full kind of lossless quantization, so I do expect it to be a little slower. Looks like overall it took about 99 seconds. And I'm not going to read the story, but it seems to be pretty good. Let's test deep research. So deep research, actually I'm going to just toggle it. So let's go with give me detail on Unsloth desktop app. And then we're going to prompt it for deep research and see how that works. Looks like it has a little pop-up. Very similar to OpenAI's interface, which is nice. I'm going to minimize this in case something pops up on the right. Let's see here. Let's take a look at analytics again. Yep, everything's running fine. I love the live updates feature up here. And looks like it's creating a plan. I wonder if we can modify the plan or approve it. Most of the time there is some kind of feature, so let's take a look. Let it run for a little bit. Oh, nice. So yeah, here's a review. The research plan gives you steps, pretty clean. You can actually edit and move stuff up and down as well as edit it. So yeah, let's go ahead and save and start, see what happens. And you can view activity on the right here. Yeah, this is really clean, honestly. And you get your downloads coming on the right here. Let's see what else we have for features. Oh, the photo and files. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the desktop here and have it process it to make sure that the reviewing of images works natively here. I mean, it should. The model supports it, so that'll be a nice little test. It's processing. Let's see. Plan ready, plan approved, research started, verified, found some articles. Yeah, since I'm running at around 5 tokens per second, I'm not going to sit here and wait. I'm going to let it finish and then we'll be back with the video. All right, we're back. Looks like it took 28 minutes and 22 seconds. So not winning any speed competitions yet. We take a look at the report. It's very, very detailed. Here's the overview. Architecture, core capabilities, hardware support. So yeah, very well documented as well as links provided. It did actually go out into the internet and pull some live data. So it is using the web search capability, and it's pulling recent information, which is great. So yeah, let's see here. I don't think we can actually grab any details as far as tokens per second. Looking at the logs though, it looks like it was going about 6.9 roughly generations of tokens per second. So yeah, awesome. No complaints there. We're gonna take a screenshot of the desktop now and see if we can get let's see, just saving here. Let's put this on the desktop. See if we can get the image generation to pick up model. So let's go ahead. Can we just drag it to the system? Yeah, looks like we can. Let's ask it, describe what you see. Let's see what the logs are doing. Generating, and see how long this takes. We can close this out now. See what it does. So it looks like it is pulling some information here, progress. And let's see how long this takes. I'm gonna pause the video here and it might take a while, it might not, we'll find out. Looks like we're getting some responses, only pause it for a few seconds. So what I see, so it's actually showing what it's thinking. So it's generating pretty quickly. 7.1 here. But I did notice on the deep research front, it was able to gather all that information and put together kind of a summary in about 15 minutes. And then it spent another 10 minutes validating the information. And then the final chunk of work was done composing it into the actual results. So I don't have deep research on here, so I suspect this will be fairly quick. So let's let it run and I'll come back when it finishes. All right, we're back. Thought about it for 115 seconds. And here's everything I thought about when I reviewed it. And now it's processing the actual output. It's putting it all together. It says Chrome Edge, but it's actually Firefox. So I've got some things wrong there. It's very descriptive. So obviously the image vision works well. I'm not going to try video on this video. I'm not going to try videos for this video. I feel like it's already kind of long enough. This was just kind of first look at the Unsloth desktop app, how to download the most popular local AI model, Qwen 3.8-27B. I have the other models currently being downloaded, the 8-bit and the 4 as well. And I'm going to do a benchmark test on the next video here where I essentially run all 4 different variations of 27B for different kind of benchmarks, see what the output is, as well as the tokens per second to see which one would kind of fit for my build. Obviously, having 128 gigabytes on unified memory is not something everyone will have. For most people, the 4-bit one, I think, will be the default since it fits in a 24 gigabyte GPU. And even Unsloth themselves recommend using that one. It's not always about cramming the largest model possible on the most RAM. Sometimes it's about speed and about utilization and about efficiencies. So we'll kind of explore that together. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining.